I begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, and I pay my respect to elders, past, present and emerging. My fellow Australians, 3 years ago in this great state, my colleagues and I launched our election campaign. We asked the people of Australia to honour us with the responsibility of serving as their government and to join us in the work of building a better future. 3 years ago, Australians chose Labor to end the decade of denial and delay on climate change and embrace the opportunities of renewable energy, to reject the insult of wages being kept deliberately low and build an economy that rewards people for their hard work, and to stop treating equality for women as an afterthought or a curiosity and make it an economic and social priority. Australians chose Labor to deliver cheaper childcare, save bulk billing from freefall, rescue aged care from crisis, to rebuild our relationships in our region and restore our place in the world. Each and every day of the past 3 years, our government has worked to deliver on these commitments, to repay the trust that people placed in us, to turn those promises into progress, to build the stronger economy, fairer society and more secure future that all Australians deserve. 3 years later, there is still Liberal mess to clean up, still challenges to meet, there is still uncertainty that we must confront, and we are determined to keep helping and keep delivering for people under financial pressure. That is what drives us. That is why we seek a second term. Not because we think the job is done, but because we know there is still so much work to do, and because only Labor has the plan to do it. My fellow Australians, at this election we are asking for the opportunity to keep building, to reward your hard work, to open the doors of opportunity for the next generation and widen them, and to give new life and meaning to our values of fairness, aspiration and opportunity for all, to keep building on everything that makes this nation the best country in the world. Friends, when we came to government less than 3 years ago, inflation was going up, real wages were going down. Together we've turned that around. Inflation was over 6% and rising. Today it's down to 2.4% and it's falling. Real wages have grown 5 quarters in a row. Interest rates began to rise before the last election. Now they have started to fall. And more than 1 million jobs have been created on our watch, more than any time, any term since Federation. The story of our government is how we got here, the way we came through a global storm, because we refused to sacrifice people's jobs. We refused to cut the services Australians rely on and the wages they earn. We made responsible choices for the economy and we did the right thing by families. That's what Labor does in times of global uncertainty. We choose the Australian way, helping people under pressure, all the while building for the future, navigating the rough seas while always keeping our eyes on the horizon. That's why we have backed real wage rises for millions of workers and cut taxes for every single taxpayer, not just some.